This is gonna be a fun day, I hope. Today's Friday. I am just finishing getting packed up. So I'm waiting for my water filter pitcher to finish doing that so that I can pack some water. And then I'm gonna pack my lunch, get it in the car, get some yarn in the car for some whips, and then head on to the market. It's an hour and 10-minute drive or an hour and 20-minute drive for me to get there, and it's already 9 o'clock. So I won't get there until probably 10:30, which is fine. Things won't pick up until later this afternoon, and none of us have like a set, hey, you have to be here at this time. Clearly, we had some vendors not show up till 1 o'clock yesterday. But yeah, today's market day. This is the fit check. So I can hold this out. I've got my fun little art button up with a onesie and my long mom jeans. And yeah, and then I also decided that I was going to put on some glasses today. So there's my final look. Okay, food is packed. I've got chicken, and I've got mango and peach, and then I've got my gallon jug of water and my other jug. So hopefully this way I won't have to buy water at the fair because it's $3 for a bottle. So I'm gonna finish my coffee and then get ready to go.
Thank you. Good morning. You're getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, put up all the shades first so the sun didn't get to me first. Yeah, it really takes a lot of like loosening and re-
Okay, it is Monday and I'm checking in and giving you a recap for Market Day Friday and Market Day Saturday. I'm just gonna put them in the same video. Just because there wasn't a whole lot going on, honestly. So I wanted to just kind of go through all of my sales, let you know how I did. I am at my mom's house, so enjoy this lovely scenic view. But let's go through Friday. So Friday was insanely slow, I feel like, for any market. And so I only had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales, which a few of those sales were multiple items. So my first sale on Friday was first thing, and it was my vendor neighbor. She bought 3 of my scrunchies for $4 a piece, so that was $12. And then I had someone come through and get one of the red cap mushroom boys and one of my medium-sized bees. The mushroom boys are 10, the medium-sized bees are 8. So that was a total of $18. And then the next sale was one of my chickens for $12 and one of my egg birds, my pattern, for $6. So that was 18 total. And then I had a couple girls that came through and they took a look at everything and they said they were going to do a loop and come back. And I was kind of surprised they did. And she took my big baby safe sea turtle, so it doesn't have any safety eyes on it, and I didn't embroider eyes on it. And that was 30. And then my next 2 sales were each just one of the red cap mushroom boys for 10 a piece. And then my last sale of the day was a medium bee for $8 and then one of my mini Ferris wheel bees for $5. So Friday, my total sales were $111 for the whole day. I think I was there from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I had 7 total sales in 9 hours. Now, Saturday, we were expecting it to like pick way up, honestly, and it just didn't. And we were hearing from some people that said they lived in the town that we were doing the market at and they didn't even know what was going on. So it was not well advertised. But let's go through my sales for that. So again, it was slow, but it was definitely busier than Friday. So my first sale was another red cap mushroom boy for $10. And then next was a mini carousel bee and one of my mini whales for 11 total. And then a green long leg octo. I had a green one and a red one, and those were priced at 15 each. She bought the green one. And then one scrunchie for $4. And then one of my mini stingrays in the Ferris wheel for $5. Then the next sale was one scrunchie for $4. Next was chicken for $12. And then my other mini Ferris wheel stingray for $5. Then another chicken for $12. And then we went probably 2 hours without any other sales. And it was getting to the point where we were at the end of the night, you know, things were some vendors were already packing up. It was 6 o'clock and we were told that it went till dusk, but we hadn't had anybody come through in hours. So my mom was ready to pack up at that point, and I said, you know, let's give it one more hour. Let's see if anybody else shows up. And I'm so glad I did. So the last sale of the night that I had came in, and it was a grandma and her 2 grandkids, and she bought my strawberry cow for $35 and my gray bunny, which is the Stitch Studio CA pattern, for $40, and then also bought my snake that I freehanded for $10. So that was a total of $85 on that last sale. So I am so glad I stayed, because otherwise I wouldn't have made any money for the whole day, pretty much. And then I went to the bathroom, and my mom took my phone and decided that she was going to buy some things too, partially to help out my sales and partially because there were things on my table that she wanted that she said she was going to buy if they didn't sell. So she bought 2 of my cotton mesh market bags for $25 each. The little pink heart pillow that was in my box with the gray bunny, and my purple and pink triceratops. So that was 25 each times 2, plus 10 for the heart pillow, plus 45 for the triceratops. So 105. So that all came from my mom. So I don't even really want to count that in my market for the day. So without what my mom bought, my whole day on Saturday, I made $163. And we were there from 10 a.m. till 7:30 p.m., I think, by the time that we were like done and ready to pack up. And then with my mom, I made $268. So all in all, for the entire weekend, I made $196 on Thursday, $111 on Friday, and $163 that I'm counting for Saturday. For a 3-day long market that I drove an hour each way to go to each day, I am a little bit disappointed, honestly. I was the only crochet vendor there, but there was just a lot going on and a lot of not great attitudes. So I talked about that in my Thursday video, but I am going to set this notebook down and then give you guys the full rundown on the market overall. Would I do it again? Would I not? And go from there. Okay, so let's break down this market and talk about things that went well and things that went very wrong. So number one, first thing when I got there, I realized it was very windy and I didn't bring weights. So one of the biggest pieces of advice that I think I could give after this market that I definitely needed to learn for myself was always bring weights. And if for some reason you didn't bring weights or you don't have enough, make friends with your vendor neighbors. So one of my vendor neighbors gave me 2-foot-long spikes that we drove into the ground. And they gave me 3 of those. So my tent ended up being fully staked down, and they put them down. They took them right up for me and everything. They were so nice, and it really helped me out because I think my tent might have gone flying if I didn't have weights. So I will definitely be investing in some weights for my next show. Overall, I did not hit my sales goal. I did not sell nearly as many items as I really thought I would. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but you know, it's a first show. And this market, this was the first time that they have done this market in this town. So it used to be in a bigger town. And I guess last year in the bigger town, they had put it on and hadn't really checked with anything else, and it was going on during another bigger event, so they did not have a good turnout last year. So they moved it to this other town to hopefully get a bigger turnout for it. Do your research on the markets that you go to. I know that this was this lady's first market, so I do want to cut her a little bit of slack, because I know that putting on an event is not an easy thing to do. But we were told as vendors, you know, hey, sign up for this. And I signed up months in advance for this. So I think I signed up in March for it, and it was in July. And we were told about it ahead of time. There was a carnival going on, as well as other events for this. So it was considered like a mayhem weekend. But the people that organized the carnival and the other events didn't really communicate with the lady that was running the craft event. So there was just not a lot of clear instructions on things. And the township website said that the craft show started at 10 a.m. So they had been advertising that the craft show was starting at 10. And so we did have a few people who walked through at 10 a.m. and then were upset because, of course, none of us were there. And then on the Facebook page for the show, it said that the craft show starts at 1 p.m. So some of us vendors were getting there at 8 a.m., getting set up at 9 to be ready at 10, and then wondering why we had no traffic, but it's because some people didn't think we started until 1. So there was a lot of miscommunication on that led to really long days for us vendors. It led to miscommunication for people that wanted to come and shop. And that just overall, bad move. Number 2. The only advertisement for this entire event was on the Facebook page, which if you didn't know about the event ahead of time to go follow the Facebook page, you wouldn't have seen it. So only people who were looking for the event really got any updates on it. So that was the one place that they advertised. And then 2 on the township website or the county website, which, like I said, it was not a clear time delineations. There was no communication going on. So that it was huge lack of advertising. People who lived in the town said that they didn't even know it was happening until they drove by, which if you live 2 blocks away from an event that's happening by you, you would think you would hear about it if it was advertised at all. So yeah, huge lack of advertising, and I think that's why we had almost no foot traffic. 3. The lack of communication also, I think, was a derivative of lack of planning. So the carnival had bathrooms set up, and it was a park, so there was also like a brick and mortar bathroom. But they never scheduled the porta potty people to come in and clean the bathrooms, and so, or restock anything. So Saturday morning, the porta potties had no toilet paper and no hand sanitizer, which meant that the entire day Saturday, anyone who wanted to use the bathroom was SOL and was going to have to go to the gas station or the cafe across the road. And if there's anything that's going to make someone leave an event, it's needing to use a restroom and not having one available. So that was a huge detractor, and everybody ended up just stealing napkins from the hot dog stand to even use a bathroom, and that's awful. And as vendors, you know, when you gotta go, I'm not driving across the road to go to the bathroom, so I ended up having to also steal napkins or use paper towels that I brought with me to clean my booth or anything else. Like it's just really frustrating. Also, the event coordinator was not on site for most of the day Wednesday, not at all Thursday, and did not show up until 2:30 in the afternoon on Friday. So it was really frustrating as a vendor to not really have any direction, not have anybody to go to, and the phone number that she had put on the vendor form to contact her was a dead phone number. It didn't go to anything. It said this phone number is no longer in service. So when she takes 2 days to answer an email, because it's the township email because she works for the township and she's on those hours, and we can't even get a hold of her by phone. What if something went really, really wrong? What if there was an injury? What if we had a question that needed to be answered by her as the coordinator? We couldn't have done anything. So overall, I really hope that she as a coordinator learned a lesson, so that hopefully this can be a way better event next year. But that being said, I don't think I would do this event next year. It's not worth it for me to spend all of that money in gas and pull those kind of long days and drive so far for an event that I'm gonna make $100 to $125. That it covered my booth rent, because my booth rent was only $20 a day. And it covered the cost of my gas, but I didn't really make any profit after you take into account yarn. So, and I had to take time off work because I work weekends in order to do this show. So I don't really think this show was worth it, and it wasn't a great first experience, and I just don't think I'd do it again. Best of luck to her, and I might send her an email with just some feedback and say, hey, thank you for the opportunity. You know, I enjoyed the time, I enjoyed the experience of being able to do a craft show with you, but here's some things that I wanted to bring to your attention in case you hadn't noticed them, or if someone else hadn't brought them up, that I think would be better for next year. So I might do that. I'm not sure if that would just come across as like me being a jerk. So I don't know. But I don't think I would do that one next year. I think that there are some other events that go on the same weekend that are bigger and better that I might try and get into instead, but we'll see. But overall, I hope you enjoyed listening to me slightly rant about this event, and I hope that it maybe helped if there were questions that you had on marketing events. I don't even know. I was really hoping to have better news and make a more fun video about like, look how much money I made, look at how great this event went, and it just didn't go great. So I think I'm just gonna kind of caption this one as like, hey, this market was a flop. And then hopefully that helps other people. Like, don't get discouraged if one market is a flop, because the next one maybe will be great. And my next market is in 4 weeks. So I guess the silver lining is that I have a lot of inventory for it and I don't have to, you know, crunch to get all of that done. But I think I definitely learned some valuable things on this, and I think that that will help me make some more informed decisions for my next markets and for anything else that I sign up for. But it did help me. I didn't have anyone complain about my pricing. I didn't have anyone complain about the quality of anything. So I think I'm okay there, at least from the vibes that I got. And it was a small town where I would expect more people to maybe have an issue with price than in like a bigger, more affluent town. So I think maybe that was okay, and that helped answer some questions that I had. But if you have questions about this market and you would like me to answer them, put them in the comments under this video. I will try my best to answer anything that comes up. And yeah, I guess follow my YouTube, subscribe to it if you want to see what goes on for the next market, and if you want to see me unpack and reorganize my craft room, because that's probably going to be the next video because it's a mess. And then I will be doing vlogs. I'll be doing vlogs right up until my next market. So yeah, thanks for watching.